Hold on. Hello, everybody. So
Hello.
today we are
It's a good
recording
day.
this show. I have some travel here coming up, and I didn't want you guys to miss yet another week. So we got together and we made something happen.
Right.
So we're excited to have the conversation. I'm sure we'll get into it real quick. But I am Keisha. I am one half of the host of the Regal Mindset podcast show. And Jay, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am the other half. I am Joy, the coach, your millionaire, your missy, your mindset transformer. And hopefully somebody gonna catch a regal mindset one of these days.
For sure, they need to.
They need to.
Yeah, we've extended the invitation, but hey, they decided to go a different route. So
So yeah, we got that. So of course we missed a week or two. So we want to just revisit a situation with Netta and Charles. Not because they're popping, it's because they're not popping.
that
And
part,
as you see, our topic tonight is social media, content versus character. And at one point, for she had so much different content, she really didn't have a niche. She
mm,
didn't have a targeted audience.
hmm
And then one thing that she did caught on. Charles, and she do the old shimmy, your lunch is ready. And it caught on.
yeah,
It was cute. Her feeding her man, and I said it before, that old redundant food, you know, we know it's fried chicken, but she be like, it's pecan encrusted, garlic knotted fried. You be like, girl, it's fried chicken
come
and
through, chef.
broccoli and rice. You didn't come out nothing new. It ain't even broccolini. It's broccoli.
Oh,
This in the steamable bag. But anyway, you didn't have an expanded palette, but it was just entertaining. And it was fun. It was funny
yeah,
to watch, to sit him watch him with his nonchalant self.
yeah,
And it took a turn to the worse.
quick,
And yeah, and we've extended the opportunity not to redeem herself, but to get some type of coaching assistance,
yep,
character assistance
hmm
in the aspect of from the Black community, from the LGBT side, that she really kind of disassociated from the beginning, because she's on that. I'm just who I am. And if you call me a man, you call me a man. If you call me what, like, come on now, Nelly. Either you're happy to be or you're happy to be not. And so she didn't accept our offer without payment. And boo boo, ain't nobody paying you. It's not that we
right,
don't have it. It's you're not worth the dollar. You're not bringing us the content we need. We're trying to give you assistance. So no. But yeah, so that's where we are.
yeah, no.
And
Just like you said, she needs to be rebranded, and in order to do that, and continue to gain a community or a following, she's going to have to do some damage control, and I don't know that she has the tools, the resources, and or the coaching to do so.
I don't even think, I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I don't even think she can be rebranded. She doesn't have
Ooh,
a brand to
mm,
be rebranded. She doesn't accept criticism,
true.
right? She doesn't, she's not self-aware.
hmm
As much as she argued that she is, as in, I always knew I had bumps. I always knew this. That's not being self-aware. She is not open to critique.
Yeah,
She's not open to help. She's not open to listening. She wants opportunities to show her talent. And I love to smoke. You don't have any. Can't cook. You can't cook. I'm just being real. You have not given us a dish. You've given us a meal. You can't cook. You cannot sing. You don't have that talent.
yeah,
But you had an opportunity that she could have, maximized. She could have rolled in
Absolutely.
on that wave. You had an opportunity because you lack a skill. Um, I'm being real. You don't have people skills. You don't have social skills. You don't have the look. And I'm not just talking about your bumps in your face, but you don't have the look that is brandable,
Hmm.
that sponsor ready. But in my personal opinion, and we discussed before, she could have came out with a line of seasonings that would have worked for her. You could have had an avatar for a picture.
Hmm.
Can let people use it? Everybody don't use their face, or they use their features. Like Steve,
Right.
his logo is the shape of his bald head and the mustache. That's what Steve Harvey has. You don't have Tabitha's face. So, but you could have used those things and really, really rode that wave of Charge Your Lunch is Ready, different lines of seasonings, different, you know, honestly, she could have rode that wave.
Yeah. Yeah. Even to take it one step further, coach, I would say even if she's not preparing the meals herself, if she were to frequent different establishments and work out brand deals, she could have gained a source of income in that manner. Charles, whatever the tagline would be, blah 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 blah, at such and such and such. So it's killing two birds at one stone.
Yeah, she could have been like,
Uh,
come have dinner with us
right?
and
Yeah.
invite people over while having the chef at that restaurant to create a dish. And this is her free
Free
discovery card
game. Take note.
to prepare one dish named after you or to try your seasonings on a dish that's normally not on or normally on their menu. So if you had a dry rub for ribs, and this is a rib shop that has their own house made, you could have said, try mine and let's do a taster. And I'll come and you cook your ribs your way with my seasonings. And let's see in a blind taste test with your customers which seasoning is good and made it fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could, and you didn't have to battle a black woman. You didn't have to battle anything, but you could have took that opportunity and, like you said, created it fun.
Yeah.
Because you're from Alabama, we will hope you know how to cook. If you're from Alabama, you're cooking possum and coon and squirrel, because that's what people. I'm being real. I'm from the South too, and
Yeah.
anywhere in Florida, rabbit, deer, possum, coon. Oh, now I don't eat it. Now I will eat deer. I will eat rabbit, but
Yeah.
I ain't doing the possum because he look at me and I don't want you to look back. I ain't doing the coon and I don't eat possum.
That part.
So, or squirrel. I don't, if it's roadkill, I can't do it. But I've seen it cooked, I've seen
Yeah.
it prepared, I've seen it served. Um, Hell, I eat pig feet. I will cook the heck out of some pig feet. So I know about those low country meals that you could have created a chitlin season and rocked out with it because people still cook chitlins. I do.
Hmm.
And so you had the opportunity that is now gone because you have turned off anybody when you realize the money that black people are willing to introduce into a product. You really fumbled your bag.
Absolutely, she did. And you know what the unfortunate thing is about that, coach, is that she doesn't even realize she has no clue,
No.
right? I only say she has a brand in the sense that she has the following, she's recognizable, not necessarily to everybody yet, but because of the footprint that she has on social media, right? And as we've been seeing, at least on my timeline, at this point is not necessarily even a positive footprint. People are literally
Right.
just using them as memes and are just laughing at you.
Trolling.
Yeah.
That Tia Camp.
Yeah.
Listen, that's a Floridian right there.
Yeah.
She read her to filth.
Yeah.
And when I watch, and because I watched it multiple times, I probably got like 15 views just on that one. The way she was rolling, she literally blocked out Netta's flash, the comebacks, and
Mm-hmm.
was the Pirelli face, your cantaloupe. I mean, she was hitting it, and I'm like, you can't play double dutch if you don't know how to jump rope.
At all.
She was coming in, bye, 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 and you was getting hit all in the face. You can't come in with a water gun to a Uzi fight. You can't do it. And
Okay.
she walked right into it, thinking you can handle your own. And Charles walked right on by. Well, told you he was messy, and walked right. Keisha, when I
Man.
see that, he was like, "Oh, there it go." Like he was just like,
Yeah.
he don't even care.
Yeah. And at some point you got to listen to the brother. I mean, at least he got enough sense to kind of stay out of the clear.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Again, you can't everything does not deserve a response and or a
right,
comment. You got to be able to have some thick skin to be in this game. And if you don't, then just exit stage left.
right. And then even going back to her original manager, they was going back and forth. And he would now, granted, I really feel he was shiesty. He's a
Oh, for
shiesty.
sure.
I want to become a startup promoter, because you over 40 and you ain't got nothing to do with your life. I get it.
Opportunist. Yep.
Exactly. But in the same sense, he was telling them the entry level information of you're not selling tickets. So if I put you out there and say these tickets are $50 each to come see you, and nobody shows up, I'm lowering it down to 40. Nobody came, nobody bought a ticket. I lowered to 30, with 30 tickets being our goal, and we met it in business. We sold out. She wasn't getting that. And then the biggest audience that I've ever seen her have was at our spot with Bowlegs and Miss Wanda in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And she got to keep in mind they come regardless.
Yeah.
So you
Marty.
just so happen to look up because they're going to be there regardless.
Yeah.
Vegas, now it used to be Marty's, but now it's Vegas. Vegas is going to always be packed. So you just so happen to come on the right night.
Okay.
But they wasn't there to see you. You better go get that little $5 drink, during that little half hour, and go sit down somewhere. Well, nobody there to see you.
Yeah.
But then it's like, even that. So he was giving that information. She wasn't taking into account the cost it takes to promote. Even when you get a record deal, you're paying for distribution, you're paying for this, you're paying for that. They don't see that money until they've
Mhm.
made it a career.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking at the fact of, first of all, I'm being honest. Now, I used to wear makeup back in the day. I used to have a
Okay.
good beat back in the day, a couple of years. I would never let anybody who did her makeup do my face, because I fear that they didn't clean their brushes and put it on my face where her skin looking the way that it is.
Mm.
Because everybody don't clean their utensils.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I'm not coming to sit in nobody's chair that done touched your face with brushes and makeup. And I know people don't clean their stuff to come and do my face.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna come out here looking like a roly poly.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it.
I can't do it. Get somebody else to do it.
You ain't gonna burn my face off. And but I
Yo.
feel bad for her. I
Yeah.
will say that.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do. No, I really do, because I think that I would never say her heart was in the right place, because it wasn't. I
Okay.
questioned everything about her character. I questioned,
Okay.
and to me, like the title, content versus character, I don't think she has a moral compass.
Mm.
I don't think it's there. I think you are what you're showing us.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say
Okay.
you don't, because she said multiple times, and on the video that we're going to share, this is not me. You don't know me. No, boo boo, we know you, because this is what you give out.
Right.
When Keith Lee started, Keith Lee has maintained the same. And I'm being honest with you. I'm pretty sure women have thrown themselves at him, and he is so engaged to his wife. I don't think you're gonna be able to move him. To me,
Yeah.
that shows where his character is.
Yeah. He locked in.
He's locked in.
Yeah.
You've shown us who you are, and we believe you.
I do.
No,
Yeah, I do.
my
I
vote is
wouldn't
this is
say.
it.
Oh, right. Absolutely. I wouldn't say that I feel sorry for her, because again, there's some level she's not a young lady, what I'm saying, or a young man. Let's say that, right? Because she said we can call her Joe. Joe ain't young by any means.
You ain't no spring chicken, Joe.
Okay. No, listen, Joe, he got some years on him. He's a
Well, he's like
senior.
40 something. I know he's in his mid 40s.
he old enough to know better, right? He old enough
Okay,
to know better.
you got that
And
one.
I feel like he should be old enough to be able to conduct himself, especially on a social media platform, in a better way than he is. And
Right.
he just refuses not to. So just like you said, he has consistently shown us who he is, and I'm
But you
cool
know
with
what it
that.
reminds me of? Remember the young lady who fumbled her bag, sweetly seasoned, for with Keith Lee? So it was a
Yes.
lady,
Yep.
okay,
Yep.
who people with a poverty mindset. It is not about the dollar amount when it comes down to poverty. It's the unchanged mindset that as soon as you get a dollar, your hand itches and it shows your true colors. You've never had, and I'm going to assume
Hmm.
you've other than when your income tax come in, you've never had over a certain amount at one time. So when you start getting that increase, you don't know how to handle it. We see that in our athletes, those young athletes that get that money, and then they get a $27 million contract, and next thing you know, they don't have any money when they retire. They get hurt, they don't have any money because nobody has taught you how to change that poverty mindset so that you can be open to other opportunities and understand how money works. Your energy is off, so that therefore it doesn't attract an abundance, it doesn't attract wealth. It's a poverty mindset because you don't know how to act with $1,000. You don't know how to act with 7,200. So why would the universe, why would anything you believe in give you an opportunity to make 10,000 when you don't even know what it feels like to have five and know how to handle and operate with 5,000? You're not going to get more.
Hmm.
That's just the way life is. So until you can change that mindset on how you handle things, it's going to always, what is that? A fool in his money shall what? Soon depart. And you was a fool.
Yeah.
You was a complete idiot because you don't know what it feels like for all eyes to finally be on you. You don't know what it feels like. Same thing how we teach our children. I'm going to make sure my daughter have everything to feel confident in herself. So no little boy or little girl come with a little cheap little 1/4 of a carrot and
Okay.
give it to my baby and she doing cartwheels outside. No,
Mm,
because mommy already put half a carrots in your ear. She's running around with them in her ear now, and she's 4. So if you've never been exposed to a bigger situation, if you even never been on Spirit and bought the front seat, you don't know what it feels like.
uh-huh.
So people really have to grow into situations like that.
Yeah, for sure.
If you call an Uber, try Uber Black for a change. It's a
Change your
different
life.
feeling than regular Uber. When you go
Absolutely.
to a hotel, try to get up from La Quinta. Why don't you go on over there to the Marriott and see what it feels like? Because it's a different feeling and a different vibration that people need to experience.
Yeah, I agree with that. 100%. Well, let's move into the videos, right? You want to set it up
Right. Yes.
because I'm feeling like I know. So even though this is recorded, right, we encourage you
Mhm.
to still make the comments, still put in your 2 cents. We would love to hear what you got to say about this whole fiasco.
Right.
Uh, Miss Netta and Charles, tell us what your
Mhm.
thoughts are and your perception of
Yes.
how or what their character is versus the content that they create.
So in this video, no, we do not agree in the aspect of I mean personally, I'm not a Darius Cook fan. However, I really truly feel that he possibly could have been genuine, trying to help someone who's following in their social media influencer path. And you'll see in the video what happened.
Yeah.
And this is like one of 12, but this is just one of them. All right, so let me get you that video. 1 second.
Show they don't show the good stuff.
Of course they don't.
So
It's
you
social
know that's
media.
what it is. So
So
they're not gonna
let
show
me
me what you say
finish.
good.
Allow me to finish, please, and
Okay.
I wanna get to your answer. Your presentation has changed. You were never this confrontational. You were never this up in terms of always having to defend yourself. I understand what
Really?
social media can
Well, you
do for
wasn't
you.
watching me.
baby, I
I
used to watch. You would never like this,
always
Netta.
had to defend myself from ever since day one, since
Netta, if this is
2020.
if I had heard as a follower the way this display is when I was watching those videos before, I would have never continued to watch.
Everybody keep
This
talking about a
level,
plate. I didn't start off cooking plates.
I know you didn't.
No,
I recognize
I
that.
started off
I know
skinny.
you didn't. But this level of always having to be combative with people, this level of that is what's turning a lot of people off. So when you ask me how you've changed, Netta, your display with this being combative was never like this before.
Right. Because
And when you
guess what?
talk to
Maybe
people,
Netta got tired.
I understand
Maybe I
that you
got
may have
tired.
gotten tired, but
Uh-huh.
I also feel like, as a previous follower, that you cannot ostracize the same community that you want to support you. These are the same people that you're posting videos saying, watch my
Uh-huh.
videos, consume my content, but it's also the same audience you're ostracizing. And as somebody who makes his living from social media, I recognize
Mhm.
the danger in that. And as somebody who has built a successful brand like you have built, like you're trying to do or you are doing, I recognize the danger in that. So I just wanted to tell you that's how much I've noticed the change from who you were before to who you are now. And it's turned a lot of people off.
It really
Initially,
doesn't matter.
okay.
Well, you heard it from the horse's mouth, literally. It doesn't matter. Did you notice that he didn't say plates, but that's what she heard, plates. And I'm like, he didn't say plates. He said from this place. You know how some people listen to respond, but don't listen
Absolutely.
to understand? That's that.
Yeah. Yeah. On full display. You know what I'm gonna say about that, and and trust and believe, for those who are listening and follow us, I hate to put us people of color on Front Street, um, for any reason, right? Especially in a negative light. But at this point, we got to figure out how we can help each other. Clearly, again, Jay and I have offered or extended the invitation to have Joe and Charles on to help them change their thought process, their
Mhm.
ideas, and how they handle their engagements with the social on social media, to change and offer guidance on the redirecting their brand strategy, right? To help them better in their business endeavors and things of that nature. They declined, right? Again,
Mhm.
as she said, they wanted to know how much was in our budget, right? So we have a budget that does not include inviting or extending that to guests.
To you.
However, right, okay. Um, however, what I hope happens for Netta and Charles, or Joe and Charles, right, is that they have some close friends or family members who really speak to them and have a heart-to-heart conversation and remind them that if they're going to continue down this path and building their brand, right, and their presence on social media, that
Mhm.
they're going to have to offer some grace as to the listeners and to the people that they want to support them, if they want support.
So, can I make an observation?
Sure.
I don't think they have friends.
Oh man.
Because if you have a real friend be like, yo, you might want to stop. I don't
Yeah.
think they have friends. I think it's me and you against the world in the wrong aspect, me and you
Hmm.
against the world, and our double wide. Yes, because that's what I feel. And
Yeah.
and again, if they had real friends, a real friend would be like, yo, let me no, I can't let you go out there looking dumb.
Right.
I can't let you continue to hurt yourself because look how long you've been wanting to be here.
Yeah.
And a real friend will help you stay here. It's like how the Bible says your gift will make room for you. But we know only your character is going to keep you there.
Yeah.
And you don't have it. So you had the door that some people may never get. And then some people will. But you had a door that was open where people noticed you.
Yeah.
and you did not accept that extension because you thought you could control that door, but you didn't open that door. They opened the door for you. They heard you knocking with your charge, your lunch is ready, and they opened the door, and they is us. The black women you don't like because you said you wanted to be a white woman because they're more smarter. You're absolutely right. You need to stay over there because you said more and smarter together. So that was enough for me.
Listen, as I said before, I know many people like Charles and Joe. And I'll also add this disclaimer: it is no judgment. People's own level of comfort in terms of education and how they speak and can carry themselves in public is their 2 cents.
Mhm.
What I will say is that it is very unfortunate that they don't have friends, like you said, and that's probably very true, right? And
Yeah, I
we
don't
just,
think they have friends.
yeah, I'm gonna just pray for them because I have nothing else for them other than that.
And
I
I
don't feel
think at
sorry
this point, it's not even about canceling a person. It's
for
more
'em. Right?
like it's counseling a person.
Yes.
Um, I think me, Joy, don't feel that there's no salvation in this for you. You would literally need to come back as a donkey in order to get back where you was. Because as a person, you can't handle it. You've really shown us you cannot handle any level of success.
Hmm. Hmm.
You're literally getting drugged for filth. And then you pick battles with people you can't beat. Why? And then not Kaya, who ain't listen, that neck and that back, that still stick like grits, even 20 years later. But even Kaya started dragging them. You're done at this point. There's no coming back. But if we don't want to spin our wheels, the whole purpose is for our viewers to understand when you have the opportunity and you're graced with notoriety, when you're graced with, your talent or your whatever caught your attention or caught our attention, when you have that door open, you need to handle it with grace.
Yes.
Be yourself, but handle it with grace.
Yes.
Because we've seen some of the larger names fall and never got up. Paula Dean.
Mm.
I used to watch Paula Dean. She had that country grandmother, but she said that N word, and Paula ain't got back up. She has fallen and they can't get up.
Okay. Sons either.
Nobody. They can't pick her
Okay.
up no more. So
Yeah.
there's people that have been in that place to where they've failed and has not gotten back up. And you
Mm.
don't have, and I know you don't. You don't even look like you do because Charles ain't even got no more benefits. So with that being said, I don't feel that that you even have enough saved up to survive off of the little monies that you made because you don't went and bought two blow up jacuzzis. So that was that 500 you made on that one live because they like two something a piece and you got two of them. So that's your 500. You spent that. It's gone. But then let's look at Big Freedom. Big Frida had a little run in with the law, but Big Frida handled her cards right, back on top, got noticed by Beyonce on major platforms, and she got one of my favorite lyrics out. She said, I got that gin in my system. Somebody about to be my victim. I love it. But look how she took a hit from something that she did. She
Yeah.
went down for food stamp fraud and stuff like that because she was making money and on system. They caught up with her. She did what she needed to do. She wrote, breathed life, revitalized her brand, and she been back on top. So we know it can happen. But boo, you ain't Big Freedom. So, I think she needs counseling.
For sure.
Um, I don't think when I seen her family when she was giving out the Uchi bags for Christmas on that live, I knew it was a problem then. I knew it. There ain't no help. They don't even like you like that. You
Wow.
just yeah, you're not just a black sheep. No nobody like you.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Charles' family was the only when he was at his family reunion. You can kind of tell his family. It's like, all right, you can do whatever you want. That's still my cuz right there. Joe, I seen your family. Well, no,
It ain't
they
going
ain't
down.
got it ain't going down.
Yeah.
So we just hope that people would work on their character, in the process of time that you're, pursuing social media influencing, things like that, that you will understand character will get you way further than your what's the word? Your saying or your catchphrase. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'll also say this. I think that I would also agree that I think they should take some time away from social media. That's
Mhm.
first. Could they come back at a later time? Not for maybe a couple years, but if you do,
Wait, it'll be over by then.
right. The wave is done. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
recreate something different, right? Scrap the Charles your dinner. Scrap that. Scrap that. I would try a completely different route if that's what you choose to do. If this is one of your sources of income, but you're gonna have to take some time away, well needed time, right? To gather
Hmm.
yourself, thicken up your skin, and figure out get some good people around you, right? And if you're the part of the problem, then fix you.
And I
And you know
don't.
what I hate?
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't understand that they the problem.
You the problem. You're the issue.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna be shady. You said thicken your skin. Tia Kemp said that she had skin like Pirelli tires. I'm gonna think you're getting it thicker than that. I'm sorry, that was an intrusive thought.
Oh
But
man.
she said Pirelli tires. That's
Yeah.
some good tires.
Yeah.
At least she gave you the good tires. She said Pirelli.
True. True.
I
True.
I I don't think she knows what. No, you're done.
You're giving
You're
too
done.
much credit. Yeah. She she
Yeah, you're
she,
done.
she probably doesn't. And I think it's evident because that's the way she responds. That's just like you said. We've said it. That's who she is. Even with all that said, the comments and the memes and all of the other things, do you feel like as a society that we're doing too much, right? So yes, it's funny, it's over, let it die down, let it fizzle out, and let them go on about their business. Do you feel like we're doing too much? Culture?
That's our culture. We always do too much. Think
Okay.
about it. When in the black community, somebody said you go have a cookout for 4 people. We cooking 20 steaks. We do too much.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the beauty of being us.
Yeah.
We're always gonna go over and beyond. When
For
we
sure.
laugh, we're gonna run, we're gonna clap, we're gonna hit, we're gonna fight, we do too much, and it's a beautiful thing. I wouldn't
Hmm.
trade it for nothing in the world. But when we like you, we like you. When we don't like you, we don't like you. And I'm gonna give you a prime example. How many we done seen a lot of Tyler Perry movies, right?
Hmm.
It's some of them that ain't came back from the Diary of a Mad Black Woman. That man ain't came back to life because of the way he hurt that girl on the Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't forgive that easy. It's some people we're not letting it live down. You're
Yeah.
going down.
Yeah.
And they could be a pure movie. It's something in us that when we're connected. We take that thing seriously.
Hmm.
And we hold people to that image in our head. So if you meet Tyler Perry, if all we saw was Medea, we're gonna always address him as Medea.
Yeah.
When we see Lawrence Fishburne, the first thing I'm gonna come to mind is Ike Turner.
Absolutely.
No matter what Angela Bassett did, I've always seen her as Tina Turner.
Yeah.
So no matter what work Denzel Washington does, I'm always seeing the trainer day.
Mm,
So it's like we have, when we get a picture in our head and that is how we believe you are, that's just who we are. And
mm-hmm,
then so that's the beauty of it. But at the end of the day, I do believe our community sticks together when it comes down to certain things.
mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
then when you disown us, so like if we're going to support you, we're going to support you. If we're not going to support you, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You you messed that up.
Yeah.
You're no longer invited to the cookout. You
At
can't.
all.
We can't do it.
You
And
can't be a
so
guest.
yeah, you can't be a guest. And I just think that again, when you get into these spaces, you need a good team of people, not to sit here and say, "Oh, I'm gonna get you now that you popping. I'm make sure you at clubs." No, you have to start planning for the longevity that's going to end, because everybody don't have a long career. It's almost like athletes after they win that gold medal in the Olympics. If they don't got Wheatie brand or a Nike brand, when the next time you see them? You see
Okay.
them like when Bruce Jenner won. That was his moment. He had some Wheaties after that. Then he had to become Caitlyn to become relevant again.
Yeah. Well, he married Chris, and then he
He was
became.
still, but he was still in the shadow because it was the
Oh yeah.
Kardashians off of her first husband's name,
Yep.
not his name.
Absolutely. Yep.
So
Yep.
technically, you're a Kardashian, sir. You didn't become your own person until you became Caitlyn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everything is not long lived for everybody. What's that man? Ray Lewis is it? No, Ray Rice beat his girlfriend up. Football was over. Michael Vick, dog fight, went to jail. Now he got to slowly rebuild himself. Some
Yeah.
people don't come back from it.
Yeah.
So you have to plan, like we had discussed before, that exit strategy. What can I do in this moment to solidify myself as an influencer, as a content creator? What can I do? What product could I? Because that was another thing that he said to her. What product do you have? What service do you have? She said, I get likes. He said, show me those likes in cash. I can't. Exactly. You have not taken anything and made it sustainable. So you like people like them fake rollback plays. Netta Charles, who we know that was fake. We know it was fake. You don't have that in real life. But what you could have had in real life was a branding deal with McCormick with those seasonings at Walmart for $6.12, like Tabitha.
Yeah. And she got a whole brand. She got a what you call them things? The fryer, air fryer.
She didn't even have to show her tail to do it.
Okay.
She stayed herself, even when Wendy Williams came at her.
Okay.
And you see what happened to Wendy.
And
But even
listen,
when
wished her well.
wished her well, and she wailed, wailed on right, and she fell in a well. But that was an opportunity, and she
Yeah.
created a product out, and she does. That's it. She created a product.
Listen, you know what? You brought up a person earlier who has not been able to rebound, and I want to share. It's not a funny story, but it's kind of
I'm gonna
humorous to
laugh.
me.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh. Go
But
ahead.
Paula Dean, right? So I used to work at my previous employer.
Mhm,
I had the pleasure of working at on site at the casinos in Mississippi,
mhm.
and they had her restaurant in one of the hotels, and great food, man. Oh my god, listen,
I
love the
bet her food
buffet.
was good.
Oh yes, love the buffet. Okay, you tell me. Listen, I love it.
Mhm.
But as soon as it hit the fan, I'm talking like it happened on a Friday. Her shit was on sale Monday.
Listen, it went from
Half price,
pauladine.com to Ollie's.
75%.
It was at Ollie's warehouse, discount warehouse, and then you couldn't even get it at Ollie's no more.
Okay,
When
TV
you
deals gone.
man gone overnight, I
Okay,
know that took her down. And right now, you got another person who is not recovering well. Benny Hinn. His
Who?
wife done found. See, he's a big. He was one of those very huge, charismatic healers,
Okay.
and he would go around and blow on people. They would pass out, but then they come and find out he had a lot of false stuff. But I'm talking about he used to have over 20, 30,000 people show up to his events. His wife done filed for a second divorce
A second divorce.
because she tried the first time. I think they reconciled. Now she like, I'm done with this. He got so many. Again, people fall from grace. That's my whole point.
Mm-hmm.
People fall from grace, but not many people are going to recover. Big Frida, she recovered.
Yeah.
Who else fell? What's the man? Iron Man was in jail on drugs. Was Rob Lowe, the man who played Iron Man?
No, I know you're talking about. Man, it'll come to me.
But
Yeah, I
him,
know exactly who you're talking
he
about.
went to
It's not Rob
jail.
Lowe though.
He was
Yeah,
on drugs.
Rodney.
Who played Iron Man?
Yeah, I'll look his name up and tell you in a second. Yeah, I think it's Rodney something. But he absolutely, he had drug
Yeah,
problems, alcohol
drug
problems.
everything. But look how he came back, movie after movie after movie.
Yeah,
Another person made a comeback. Eddie Murphy. Remember he got caught
Robert
with
Downey
the
Jr.
chair? Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Then, where did I get Rob Lowe from? Okay. Anyway, then you
another
had
guy.
Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy got caught with that transgender. He
So
disappeared
did.
for a couple of weeks, came back. That is daycare. They rebranded him as a family man. Even after he left that Spice Girl with the baby.
Yeah,
So can you recover?
it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. But you have to have something to recover from. And Netta and Charles, you don't have nothing to recover from because you never solidified yourself on the market.
Yep.
So
Yep.
what are you going to recover from?
True. And you know what? I'll be honest and say, like you said earlier, at the very beginning, that now, it's kind of hindsight, but they needed a team to start with, to be honest with you. Anytime they started getting shows and bookings, that's the moment that they should have, and probably even before that,
They
they
needed a
needed a
character
team.
coach. They
Yes.
needed a team. They needed a character coach.
Yes.
They needed a financial
Stylist.
advisor, a
Yeah.
stylist. They
Yep.
needed an esthetician. They
Yes.
needed all of that because the only thing that
Yeah.
came out good was when Charles would get his haircut. Whoever did his haircuts, they did a really good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I don't know
you,
if I mentioned stylist. I'm a
yeah. Look,
stylist.
yeah. Look, we both would throw a little shade in there. You said style, I said esthetician. Somebody need to get that face fixed. You need an enema
Woo!
and a whole bunch of other stuff. You need a colon cleanser. I don't know. You need to get that together.
Combination of all.
Yeah, you needed a lot of a team, and that's actually a good business idea.
Yeah.
You need a character squad. You need somebody to say, all right, because I mean, politicians have them. They call them PR.
Okay.
They go in and say,
Assistants. Yeah.
listen, you might not want to say that. Let me fix it. Or like how they used to do for President Trump when he was the former President Trump, when they would say it's alternative facts. Nah, the dude lied. That was the best definition I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Alternative facts.
Yeah.
No, he lied.
Tried
He
it.
literally lied.
We
But no,
tried.
I think that's healthy for anybody when you don't know the industry, when you don't know those experiences. And like I said, I tell people, and even in life coaching, if you want to know what it feels like to have a tomahawk steak, you're going to have to go have a tomahawk steak and a good one. So because it opens up an emotion, it opens up a feeling, it opens up I know, right? Because I'm thinking about it too.
Listen, I'm thinking about
It
that steak
opens
we
up,
had at that one
man.
restaurant.
Oh, that gumbo,
Yeah.
that was so good.
Memories take me back.
Why are we talking about food like that? They're gonna think we fat. Listen, but think about people who's only ate at McDonald's. If you don't take it a step up to where you go to a sit down dinner, the Olive Garden might be your step up. Go
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah. You
People,
owe it to yourself.
you owe it to yourself to have that experience so you'll know what it feels like. If you've never held $1,000 in 100s in your hand, smelt it, touch it, understand that feeling. When you get it, you will go crazy like a dog in heat.
Hmm.
You have to open yourself up to those experiences so that when that real experience happens, you can handle it and not mess it up. You won't be, you just have to.
Yeah.
But people don't think that's a true thing. That is a true situation.
So I don't understand why people, if they're not comfortable navigating in particular kinds and types of water and environments, why would you not seek help? Like, why would you not want to set yourself up for success? That just doesn't make sense for me.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Some people because they really just don't know.
Well, how
Because
long do you
what
stay in that? Or how long do you feel like they stay in that?
I think once they okay, that's a good point because I feel just because they don't know,
Right.
once they obtain it, you're open, you could research it.
Okay.
You can come be mindful, okay, oh, I didn't think this type of success would happen. Like winning a lotto. You wouldn't know that there's a type of attorney that you're going to need
Yes.
until you're in the situation.
Hmm.
So you're
Accountant.
right.
Yeah.
They should be able to get out of it eventually because you got the internet. How to deal
Okay.
with this, how to deal with that. You can chat GPT something. So you do have a way of learning it. But
Hmm.
then I try to be devil's advocate and say, okay, she really just didn't know what life is outside of that double wide because they did that they did a promo for some realtor
Mm.
and they were looking at this house and the way that Charles was enchanted by this house, you could tell everything in him was like, I need this, I want this. Like it was a true, I was watching it was a true feeling.
Hmm.
But I'm like, that's because you've never been in anything that's on the ground. Everything has been on wheels. And I get it. So until you come out of the manufactured or mobile home community, you would not know that there's another level of house called modular that you could put on a foundation or what it feels like to be in a home.
Hmm.
So you have to have those experiences. Could they have learned those experiences? Yes. But then the way that Netta has portrayed himself, I don't need to think Google could help them because they don't know what to Google.
Right. Right. And then that's where that circle of friends would come from, right? Like
Right.
I just can't imagine you look to your left and your right all the time and ain't nobody there.
You and Charles and them dogs that's running around and the chicken and that you're frying
Yeah.
and the garlic knots. Because I even told him, I was like, why don't you get you some salted cream butter and slice the bread and put it on there and put some parsley, put it in the oven. It gives you a whole totally different experience than garlic. Step it up a notch. Something simple. She didn't take my idea. But I tried to help because I'm like, I don't want to eat the same thing over and over.
No, listen, I'm right there with you. I'll be honest and tell you, my wife may watch this. She got a good solid 8 dishes that she would rotate around. I'm done. I'm, I'm done. I'm done.
Listen, I told
A
Shay I
solid
married her
eight.
for it. Right. I told Shay I married her for the meatloaf.
That's it, man. You got to be able to reach outside your little box, man. Go try something different.
What about I'm gonna tell you this. It's an older lady. I wish I knew her name. She's amazing. She one of them good old country mothers. And people ask her to cook certain things. She don't even need a recipe.
Oh, wow.
So they'll say, cook me country fried steak. And this is her thing. Cook you country fried. This is how she looking at the phone. Cook you country fried steak. Sure. And then she'll giggle. But she walk you through the seasoning, the cooking it, the cook.
Oh,
And when I say that food look amazing. And then she always turn the camera on her husband. He don't say nothing. LC, how does it taste? This show is good. And it's the funniest thing, but the most wholesome.
yeah.
And it's like, Meta, think about it. What if people sent you in recipes for you to try? Because you can't cook.
Yeah.
To try. Or like how it's a little white lady, Josh mom.
Okay.
And she can't cook. Oh my God, she can't cook worth for nothing. But people started sending her, she's a nurse. So
Okay.
he always catch her. He was like, "What you cooking today?" "Oh, I'm gonna cook some chicken and rice." And she'll boil the chicken and forget to cook the rice. And one day she did nachos, but then she did the nachos and put the the square pieces of cheese on top of the nachos, and
Oh,
it was a disaster. But she really can't cook. So people, but she's wholesome. So people started sending in stuff for her to try, and it's funny.
yeah. Yeah.
See, Netta, if you didn't think you, because she's an icon. I don't
We just gave
define
her
it.
free game.
We done gave her at least 15 free games
We need to send her
in the
an
past
invoice.
15 minutes. I love a good invoice. Let me,
I know
matter of
you
fact, let me
do.
send her one. But just think how these people, and I'm telling you that I'm gonna find her name just for you because she is
Yeah.
so the lady is so wholesome. And I love she's talking about sure black lady. You can tell she's somebody grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a lot of home interior stuff in her house. The people used to sell the stuff in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
She makes the best food from scratch. Stuff
Wow.
I ain't even never heard of.
Yeah. You got to be willing to explore. Listen, I am one for if I two things. If I feel like I go to a restaurant and I like the meal that I have at that restaurant,
Mhm.
I'm gonna figure out how to make that meal.
We need to go
Two,
back. We just
I
need to
will
fly out
go
there
on
just to get it.
Pinterest, okay, and look up some stuff what I want to eat that I may not have had in a while, and I'll figure out how to make that.
What's
So
wrong with that?
I'm not afraid to get in that kitchen, turn on the stove and hook something up. I like to eat and I don't want to go out to dinner every time now. I do go
You
out to
can,
dinner a lot.
yeah, right.
A lot.
But then when you
But
think about it,
just
it's
learning.
like so
Yeah.
many options. I remember Shay cooked one of those squash and made the squash spaghetti.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that as my noodle than a
Okay.
regular spaghetti noodle now.
Okay.
I, I would have never tried it if she wouldn't have
Uh-huh.
tried it.
Mm.
I mean, even when I did one of those meals, it was man, he does meals under 500 calories or something. The
Okay.
food, I cooked it, followed his instruction. I ain't gonna lie, Frank,
Yeah.
that food was good. I mean, I know how to cook,
Yeah.
but I'm like, dang, this is good.
Yeah.
Not saying go copy everybody, but you can pull bits and bits of stuff, put it together to make it your own, to be your
Yeah.
own individual.
Yeah.
But it's so much more out there than fried chicken wings, garlic knots, and broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Good old
more
Charles. Listen, I know Charles is itching to
for a
fry
woman.
to taste something taste something other than fried chicken.
For a woman, and I
Yeah,
do more than for a woman.
for
Charles,
sure.
I do believe he loves Netta. I'm not gonna say that.
Oh, sure.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I do believe he does. I am gonna say he want a woman,
You
but
would have to love
he
her.
do. He loves her, and that's good because he's out with it. He's not
Yeah.
trying to hide it. He is what it is, and that's perfectly fine. But what I'm saying is he has got introduced to a new world. When he got
Mm,
introduced to Di Serrano, now we don't know about Di Serrano since we was about 10. Keisha, that dude had his first taste of Di Serrano. We talking about a $19.99 drink.
okay. I just gave him a whole bottle to Keisha.
Now it's good for mixing, but it tastes like
Oh yeah.
syrup. It tastes
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
maple syrup with a little Sprite.
Yeah.
It's sweet. He had that at on, and she got mad. She was on the live because he said, "I'm gonna go buy me a drink." You got all that drink in there. He said, "I want this. Man, this is good." Like I could just hear him how excited he was to have something that costs more than some Burnett's. Because Burnett's is what like $5.99 or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can work though. But
Yeah.
I'm like, and no, they didn't pay us to give them no shout out. So I just want to let D Serrano know if you want us to advertise for you, let us know. But
I get heavy. That's why I drink my amaretto sour with.
we can do some mixology in a moment
For
with
sure.
our conversation. But it was just the fact that he never tried it and how excited he was, and now that's all he talk about. when he got a cup in his hand and
Yeah.
he's fixing to drink, that's all he talked about. And I'm like, do you know there's more?
Right.
You know, I would hate to see how you gonna act when you get some Grand Marnier. I hate how you gonna act if you get some Remy.
Okay.
You might
Listen,
not be ready to spend $45 on a bottle.
knock his socks off.
Man, that man gonna be
Charles be in
taken.
that kitchen cooking.
And the thing is, I heard he cooked better than her.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, but it's like he done got a little taste of something. Joe done messed it up for him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it happened, but I wouldn't be surprised if he thought them deuces because
You think?
he didn't offend nobody.
True.
So can he has a little saving grace if he had the right people around him?
Yeah.
He can. The fact that he's open to certain things,
Mm-hmm.
you can put him on, him on a talk show and do conversations with Charles. This is another plug. Y'all can take it, Netta and Charles. Conversations with Charles and let him taste test different drinks. Because he really do got a decent conversation, believe it or not.
Yeah.
He's also a gamer.
Yeah.
So he has some saving grace.
Marketing. Yeah.
It's that other one.
Yeah.
And if the opportunity comes, I'm telling you, just like when David Ruffin them.
Yeah. Now, actually,
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I could see if his career had taken off before hers, there would definitely be some rift. If you believe that, what I just said, if Charles' career took off before Joe's,
it would have been a big problem.
Drop in the comments of how you feel this relationship would have ended, or how.
Also, drop in the comments if you think Charles could branch off and be more successful.
Yeah, I'd love to know that.
Because I really think with the right person in his ear,
yeah,
Charles can literally go around and get haircuts at different barbershops.
Yeah.
And have and you know what is that?
That's 5. That's 5 different business opportunities.
Exactly. What is that show that's on the Food Network? Diner, Drives and Dives?
Yeah.
What if he went around? Yeah, he could go around to different restaurants and taste their food because of his nonchalantness, his bluntness, his truthfulness. Go around, taste food, and have a signature cocktail and toast it up and go to the next one.
Yeah.
Netta couldn't do that because Charles' face is clear.
Yeah.
He can carry himself. He know when to shut up. He know when to argue. And I feel with the right person in his ear, Charles can branch off, and Netta gonna be up under that trailer crying.
Yeah.
You know it's off the ground, so
she can do his bookings.
She ain't gonna do that. She doesn't even let him talk on his own. I don't think she can handle accepting somebody else's notoriety or anybody's status above her.
Yeah.
Because all the attention been on her. So I don't think she would be okay with it at all. She would not be any help to him.
Yeah.
He would literally have to do that on his own, because if he kept her around, I really truly feel she would sabotage everything because she's not in the limelight.
Man, I heard somebody say
Charles
earlier,
call us.
Okay. I heard somebody say earlier that I lost that train of thought. That's all right. Listen, Charles, like she said, if you want to reach out to us, we just gave you 5 free.
We can put you with the right people. We can give you coaching from 2 different perspectives. We can help you out. You can help us. We can be on your team to help
create
you
a brand.
Help you create a brand. Put you around the right people. You might be on the red carpet where she won't. And you can reach out at contact@regalmindset.com.
There you go.
We will help you because we believe, we hope to be right, that your character can create a content.
Yes. Absolutely. Man, you know what? What I hope people take away from this conversation, from social media content versus character, is that uh, let your character be a part of the brand that you're building, right?
Oh, that's
I,
good.
I would say that you and I have done really well at being very personal and very transparent and
Mhm.
very engaging in building this brand for Regal Mindset, the podcast show, and very intentional about how we can carry ourselves and conduct ourselves, even outside
Mhm.
of the organization, right?
Right.
But our character as individuals really help uh, bring forth our platform in such a positive way. Like I
Mhm.
shared with you earlier, a young lady stopped me at the doctor's office, and she was telling me how important one of our shows was to her. Um, I think she was talking about the death episode, and
Mhm.
she was giving me some content, a context around her having conversation with her brother, her father-in-law, so on and so forth. But again, I would encourage everybody to make sure that your character is at the forefront of
At the
building your brand.
forefront.
Yes, your identity, right? And if there's things about you and or your character that you are unfavorable or that you don't like, you have the ability to change it, right?
You do. You do. And not just that. I want to make a plug for our next week's show,
Yeah.
because it's extremely important that you all understand that just because we represent certain communities, we advocate for all communities. And one community is our men community. And we're going to invite you into a conversation about dealing with men issues in society and how we can support you, how we can help you, how we can advocate for you. And we're going to have a special guest. Our guest is actually a therapist that focuses on men health. So this is going to be coming from a man's mouth
Mm-hmm.
to help you with that. And his name is William Henry Jones Jr. He has his master's in education. And I want to also extend the offer to our trans brothers, because we do know that a lot of you all have not had the proper guidance in your transitional journey. And we respect your transitional journey, but you have to keep in mind that you need a coach too.
Yes.
You need support too. And because everybody that transgender does not like the visibility of being considered transgender, we respect that. So you don't have to identify yourself. To tune in to next week's show, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be live with our guests, and we're going to dive into some serious topics, because this is your health is important to us as well.
Yeah.
And we want to explore that.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, if you've got nothing else, we can go in and punch the outro. And as
Absolutely.
always, keep a
Be
regal
regal.
mindset.
Be regal.